Hello guys, today we're going to learn about seventh chords. Now it's quite boring playing these triads. Okay, 1, 3, 5. It sounds a bit too basic. So in jazz harmony, they tend to add the seventh, which is B in this case. So here we have what we call the C major seventh chord. So that's the 1, the 3, the 5, and the 7. That's known as a major chord because it has a 1, a 3, a 5, and a 7, which we also call a major 7. Let's move on to what we call the minor seventh chord. Now we know what a minor chord is. Now a minor seventh chord is formed by flattening the 7. You already know this is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we flatten it. Made up of a 1, a flattened third, a fifth, and a flattened 7. Okay. So we have two chords now. The C major chord, the C major seventh chord, the C minor seventh chord. Okay, let's move on. Our next chord is the dominant chord. The dominant chord has a 1, a 3, a 5, and what we call a dominant 7, which is the same as flattening the major 7. A 1, 3, 5, and a flattened 7. That's the dominant 7 chord. So we have three chords now: a major 7, a minor 7th, a dominant 7th. Okay, our last chord will be a diminished 7th. In our previous video, we know a diminished chord is formed by constructing a 1, a flattened third, a flattened 5th. Now the diminished 7th chord has a 6th. Now that's a peculiar chord that will be useful as we learn more advanced stuff. Okay, so now we have four chords: the major 7th chord, the minor 7th chord, dominant 7th chord, and a diminished 7th chord. Don't worry about how it sounds for now. Just get used to the sound. Okay, now how do we apply it in the major scale? Okay, now we know our 1 is a major, and when we add the 7th to it. Okay, let's do another exercise. In our previous exercise, we moved the major chord in steps along the major scale. Okay, now let's do the same with the 7th chords. This will be our 2, this will be our 3, this will be our 4, our 5, our 6, our 7. We're back to 1. Okay. Now we already know what this is. There's a major 7th chord. Our 2 is a minor, so it's a minor 7th chord. 3 is a minor 7th chord. Our 4 is a major 7th chord because it has a 1, 3, 5, and a 7. Our 5 is a dominant 7th chord because it has a 1, 3, 5, and a dominant 7th, flattened 7th. Our 6 is a minor 7th chord because it has a 1, flattened 3rd, flattened a 5th, and a flattened 7th. Now our last chord, which is the 7th, is a half diminished 7th, which I didn't show you earlier. It has a 1, a 3, a flattened 3rd, a flattened 5th, and a flattened 7th. Okay. All right. So let's play them again. See you in the next lesson.